Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. I am Mikey. That is Devin.
Damn, I wish I could remember what we talked about. I couldn't even remember what we talked about the Super Bowl.
If it has to come down to that, or I just seem like a hater to get my point across, I'll do it.
Oh my God, he missed it!
Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, can we put that on the docket? Because I completely forgot about that, but I actually do want to have a conversation about that.
It was him and James Henderson.
Okay, perfect. Remind me, because I didn't even see that, but I do want to discuss the Mike Tomlin stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. We're here. You got me. You got Devin. And, we were warming up, but I thought we were ready. I thought, let's press record. We done talked about some mischievous things that Ben Roethlisberger did in his past. We done talk about some things that some Terry Crews, whatever he was doing, whoever he was playing for, whatever he had going on in life. But I think it's time to start a podcast, Devin. And I'm not gonna lie. Like now that we're here, I'm kind of feeling it. Like I'm here. Like we got the pod.
Yeah.
But leading up to this pod this week, I was like, damn. I really don't like how like the NFL is looking right now.
Oh no, I was sitting watching the Thursday night game. Especially the first half, like right when that safety kind of happened, like not safety thing. I was like, the NFL sucks right now. I was like, this sucks.
It sucks.
I was like, this is not exciting at all. This is sad.
And I do think, to be completely honest with you, if you want to play into. Not playing, but like if you want to really talk about what the reason being, like why the NFL sucks right now, why it feels that way, is because of how I guess close the not just the talent but the records, just how close everything is, just how tight. Like usually by now there's about 4 or 5 teams where
yes,
that you could separate them. And sure, there's some teams that you could separate from the rest of the pack, but at the end of the day, there's no clear front runner.
Well, and then the problem is the teams who are separating record-wise are not the teams who are supposed to be separating record-wise. So we still have questions about the 11-2 Patriots, even though they're 11-2. They're a developing football team, so it's not like the Lions are 11-2, or the Ravens, or the Bills, or the Chiefs are 11-2, where we can go, oh yeah, they're 11-2 for a reason. It's like it's backwards.
But that's the thing. It's like when you look at these guys who the top 4 MVP candidates, Lamar, Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, have all been having off seasons.
Or injury-ridden, or whatever. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Injuries, or just not playing well, or a mix of both. Whatever.
The MVP, all you have to do is look at the MVP frontrunners.
Yeah.
Like there's running backs higher up than all 4 of those quarterbacks. There's
it's
not Mac Jones, Drake May, and Matt Stafford at the top of that list.
It's almost kind of like. And I hate to compare the NFL to the NBA because obviously we're Team NFL, but I mean, you look at it's kind of the same argument where you look at the past MVPs and it's like, man, the NBA this is who's winning MVP. This is who we're talking about. All right, I guess he's the best in the world. But here's the problem though. The difference between the NFL and the NBA is look at the last 5 or fucking 50 NBA MVP award winners. They were saying, well, that's the best player in the world right now. When Jokic was an MVP, when he was named MVP, people said this is the best basketball player on the planet.
Yes. Period.
Nobody is saying Drake May is the best quarterback on the planet. Nobody is saying even Matt Stafford. Sorry, Stafford. He's playing great for his age, but nobody's going, this is the best fucking football player on the planet. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. No, but what I was going to say is LeBron was the best player on the planet for 20 years, and they everyone else was winning MVPs around him when he should have been winning a few more at least. But besides that, yes, there's some fraudulent MVPs out there in the NBA, but
I meant more of these Jokic, Embiid, these last 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah,
that's what it's been. It's been that MVP is the best player on the planet.
And there's not only numbers to prove that, and numbers that not just are the best this year, but have like been or would have been the best years prior. Like when Lamar wins an MVP or Mahomes throws for 5,000, throws 50 touchdowns. Those are crazy years. That's a fucking, yes, you're the MVP type of year. This is, everyone else sucks. You guys are still here 3/4 of the season through. We'll consider you to be an MVP.
And I don't want to say that I don't appreciate, like, okay, what the Colts have done, or even what the Patriots or the Bears or whoever. I can't trust it.
No.
Like, and we'll talk about it, I thought it was a foregone conclusion that the Colts were AFC South champions.
Yeah.
Now they're not even in first place. They're not even in first place right now.
No.
So I have no clue what's going on with them.
They're still a team that we're wishy-washy on. Like, when they had that crazy start to the season, it's still like, yeah, but it's Daniel Jones. And their wins are contingent on Jonathan Taylor playing well. That's it. Without that, they've got nothing. But now they're not atop the South. And the Texans are around, which we did not expect. With Davis Mills, no less.
And that fucker, like, what is Houston doing?
Well, Davis Mills sucks. Like, their defense has played so well that they've eliminated the need for a quarterback, essentially.
But it's the same as, like, I don't care how good Donovan Mitchell's playing, the Cavs aren't making it out the first round. You know?
Exactly. But when we have 5-6 teams performing like this, we have 5-6 Cavaliers teams right now.
Who
top every
I don't
division.
care how good. Here, what is it? I don't care how good Chicago plays. I don't care how good New England plays. I don't care how good the Indianapolis Colts play. I don't care how good Houston plays. I don't care how good. Who else can we even throw out there right now? Jacksonville for sure. I don't care how good the Chargers play. I don't care how good the Broncos play. I don't care how good a lot of teams play, because I can't fully buy into walking into even just one playoff game going, well, I mean, obviously
Caleb Williams is going to take them all the way.
You know? It doesn't matter how bad Daniel Jones plays. Jonathan Taylor's running for 250, obviously.
Exactly. But records are irrelevant for the most part once we hit the playoffs outside of the 1 seeds. I mean, the 1 seed will be interesting in terms of if that'll be beneficial or not. But yeah, honestly, this playoffs, it's like get in and you have a shot.
Pretty much.
Because there's no scary team in the league right now at all. Like, we thought the Rams were developing and getting scary, and then they fucking lose to the Panthers, and it just makes everything make no sense.
And let's not let Philly. Y'all ain't gonna get it. Y'all don't get to hide in a corner during this conversation. Philly's completely shit the bed for what they were supposed to do this year. I mean,
yeah.
There's 2 ways this could go. If it turns into a playoff road, Super Bowl road, where it's 2 teams that we weren't able to buy into playing each other, then all right, we got something going on. If the Colts manage to make it to the Super Bowl and Philly's been on a tear since the postseason, and we know Philly's going to blow the Colts out by a fucking 1,000, and it does happen, like they win 35-13.
Yeah.
No, and then this year blew.
This
year fucking sucked. This year.
Yeah. But if we get an interesting Super Bowl and a new league essentially, or a new beginning. That would be cool.
Yes.
But if we get one of these teams that have, like you said, have not performed well at all outside of, maybe getting through the playoffs, that would suck. Or if we end up with fucking Chiefs, anybody again, or Eagles,
Chiefs
anybody.
Niners.
But
Imagine Chiefs
don't
Niners.
even say that. Don't even bring that up, dude. Mac Jones in Super Bowl.
Chiefs Niners. Like Super Bowls, I'd like to see. Like, all right, like I like it would be interesting to see. Like, let me see Detroit make it to the Super Bowl and see
Yeah.
that team on the grand stage and see what they can do against a like. Honestly, I wouldn't really mind. The thing is, Kansas City's so I can't even buy into Kansas City anymore at this point. But if Kansas City makes it, like you said, if you make it in the race, if you make it in the playoffs, you can make it all the way to the Super Bowl.
You got a shot.
If the Chiefs turned it on in the fucking postseason, and they were a different version of the Chiefs by a Super Bowl, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
but Buffalo, Detroit. Let's be real. Sorry, Buffalo, Detroit is what would be the most entertaining.
That would be awesome.
Go ahead.
But like, that's if, like Buffalo, like you said, or like with the Chiefs, if they actually turn it on, not just win games. Like if they look like a good football team, like a complete good football team. If Detroit figures out a way to not just play well against the Cowboys, like if they start playing well against other teams.
I don't want a Patriots-Bears Super Bowl.
Fuck no. Like, not
kill me.
That fucks everything up. Literally everything up. That fucks so much stuff up. All that Caleb Williams talk is now fucking. Oh, all he needed was a good head coach, man. Fuck.
To the moon. Are you serious? I mean, it's ridiculous. But I don't know. Maybe maybe I don't hate the season as much as I thought, but it's just I don't. Maybe I don't like it because it. Go ahead.
We still love the season, and it's the NFL. So, like, even at whatever the fuck's going on right now, which is probably like the worst Week 14 situation we've seen in a while, it's still better than any other sport on the planet, especially the NBA at any point.
Yes, but maybe, and this could be something said about me. It's unsettling how unpredictable it is right now.
Yeah, and like we talk about how the leagues were rigged and all this stuff, and I don't know. Like I said, like we ask for parity, but we asked for parity in the NBA, and we got the big bag of dicks. And we're just praying we get another 2016 finals. So I hope we don't look back and go, like when there's 8 different Super Bowl champ. The first back-to-back was the Chiefs since whatever. So either way.
Yeah, but it was the same. Dynasty. It was the Patriots versus whoever.
Exactly. They lost a few, and that was why. But yeah, I don't want full parity. I still want some dynasty stuff, but I don't know. I hope this doesn't turn into a dynasty we don't want.
I don't need a dynasty started here.
I don't need a dynasty, but a team that's good for more than 1 year. Like the Eagles should not be this bad.
Yes, no, I don't mind another team winning a Super Bowl this year, not being the Eagles or the Chiefs, if they are good enough and they seem deserving of Super Bowl, being in the Super Bowl. And then if they show up next year and are still like it's almost like if Detroit was coming off of a Super Bowl win, you'd be pretty happy with how they're playing this year.
Of course.
Jahmyr Gibbs going crazy. Their receivers still going crazy. It's like you'd still you're like, all right, like shit, we might run this shit back. You look at the way Philly's playing, it's like, fuck.
We're the ones who ruined that. We ruined that. I think that Detroit team could have beat Philly. We just caught them on the worst day possible.
Dude, Washington caught Detroit. I don't know if they took a bath in Flint, Michigan the day before, or it's just I don't know what happened, but that was bad.
We ruined the whole year.
But I guess we need to actually no. Let's switch it up. Mike Tomlin, you were talking about him.
Yeah,
What
you didn't see what the so it was. I think it was on Ben's. Ben has a podcast, right? Yeah, it was on Ben's podcast.
Yeah, 7. It's
Um,
like the 7 podcast or whatever.
whatever, 6, 7,
Sorry, it doesn't matter at all.
whatever it is, the Ben Roethlisberger podcast. But I think he had James Harrison on, and they were talking about Tomlin and his future and all this stuff, and it was either James Harrison or Ben. They were like, I think it's time. I think we got to call it. Like, Penn State job looks pretty nice. And then, like, or he just needs a fresh start or all this shit. And then James Harrison is like, yeah, I never thought he was a good coach. Like, granted, I didn't see the clip. I read whatever he said. He's like, yeah, I never really thought he was a great coach. I thought he was a good coach, but I never thought he was a great coach. So
is it? I mean,
they chose
it
now to
soundbite
talk
worthy?
the most amount of shit. I don't know. Like, I read it on an ESPN article.
Because if you look up like James Harrison, like okay, so one of the top things is James Harrison exposes the real problem in Pittsburgh.
James Harrison, Mike Tomlin.
To be 100% with you is I need honesty, dude. I don't care if it's
Ooh, okay. It says exposes Mike Tomlin for being a politician. Okay, so it seems like he's been talking about Mike Tomlin on a couple podcasts because he's on the Pivot talking about him. He's on his own show talking about him. Okay. James Harrison doesn't seem like the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin as a coach.
No, not at all. And yeah, Ben was agreeing. I mean, basically saying the same thing. Like, I think it's time. Which is, I don't know if I want to call it disrespectful, but it's nuts to. Why not say that when you're, I don't know, there? It just feels weird to like have such a long career with one head coach and then to just talk shit about him while he's talked about like getting fired. Like, now you want to talk about him getting fired and why he should be fired when you played for him for 10 years?
Well, I mean, they also were a lot better when they were there with him. But
well, sure, but
here, you know what though? A couple things. Because I was considering whether or not to even make this a prompt, which is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat? Because apparently, some people, it's either some people are saying yes, there's got to be at least some sort of consideration, and then some people are going, fuck no, obviously not. But
well, I heard an interesting point. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was I overheard. I think it was Mina Kimes, one of the ESPN reporters. She was like, or it was some woman, I think, had said it. She was like, if I was Mike Tomlin, I'd want to be out of there. And I was like, I don't think that's what his thought is. I don't think Mike Tomlin cares that. I think he cares that he hasn't won a Super Bowl in, 15 years. But he's been doing the same thing for the past 15 years. Like, I think he wants to be the Steelers head coach for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Like, he's had opportunities to go do everything else. And he's been there for the past 20 years doing the same thing.
To me, at least, and maybe I'm tripping, it seems like James Harrison is more of the outlier in terms of how players feel about Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying, like, we've never even heard, like, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody can fact check me, but, like, I don't remember even, like, Antonio Brown being like, fuck Mike Tomlin. Like, and, he obviously he's somebody who would say anything about anybody. But do you remember, but I'm saying, we've seen Antonio Brown say everything. Do you remember him saying, fuck that? Or, like, and maybe, I know that he has a relationship with his receivers that are a little bit different than other players, but even on the defensive side of the ball, there's plenty of legendary players on that defense side of the ball that don't have a problem with Mike. It's like, and then plenty of guys who,
Tomlin.
Yeah, for sure. And then plenty of guys who wanted to stay and still want to stay around and play for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Aaron Rodgers. went to the Steelers to go play for Mike Tomlin. Like there's like if anything, Tomlin's maybe not. He doesn't play. He doesn't call plays or anything like that. He's a player's coach. He's there. Like
Yes.
he's a locker room guy. Like players love him. But to hear
Kind of like,
this
I mean,
from James Harris, it just seems, I don't know, weird and shallow
and
and kind of stupid.
and then and on the other thing, it's like I don't think like Aaron Rodgers isn't he says he doesn't seem like the easiest person to get along with, you know? It's like, so even
Yeah,
the fact that he's like, I think Mike Tomlin could I think I could make things work with him. It's like, obviously Mike Tomlin, he has to be a people person, in some way, or a player person, or a player coach. In the same way, it's like John Harbaugh. Like even
yeah,
John Harbaugh, and the way the season's looked, we don't see Terrell Suggs or Ed Reed or Ray Lewis coming
nobody.
out and saying, "Hey, it's time for him to go."
Harbaugh's
Like
got to go.
you
Like
know,
when we were there,
um,
like we never really thought he was a great head coach. We thought he was a good head coach. We didn't really think he
I'll
was.
tell you what. So if if you believe in your mind, and I will agree with you that James Harrison is a little pussy for acting like this. If you think he's pussy for acting like this, does that mean all of the Legion of Boom and Marshawn Lynch are as well?
No, I think they have different. Like it's well, they were saying it right after the fact. This wasn't 10 years removed from their careers being over that now they're coming out
Eh,
and talking shit about Pete Carroll, and it's not. I don't know, but they were adamant about talking shit about Pete Carroll immediately. They go, "We know what's wrong with this team, and it's because someone's favored over somebody else, and we know who's being favored." Like this isn't like a
but
random thing that like James Harrison's talking about like, oh, I don't he wasn't getting the most potential out of guys. Like the
so,
Legion of Boom was talking shit about Russell Wilson.
but in the same, but like but also, it's like I could also see a world where that team seems like they are butthurt.
Of
Like,
course.
let's be super real. They're a
Had they
play
won
away
that
from
Super
all
Bowl,
being
things would have gone way differently.
back to back Super Bowl champs.
And then
So
all of them still would have been on that team.
all of them still were on the team the next year. They were
Exactly.
all on that team the very next
Yeah.
year, and they all played on the team the very next year. And Marshawn stayed. Richard Sherman stayed. Earl Thomas stayed. But it's like, here's my thing. What Earl Thomas breaks his leg and is flipping off the Seattle sideline while getting carted off. What does Pete Carroll favoring Russell Wilson over you mean? Like, how does that correlate to you? Like, you snapped your leg and now you're pissed, so you're flipping off
Yeah.
your coach. Like, what is that? Or Richard Sherman, like, no, Richard Sherman got old and started playing worse football and then left Seattle and started talking shit the same way he talks shit about anybody else. Marshawn Lynch
It's true.
didn't get the ball at the goal line, so he hates Pete Carroll. But he's
Yeah.
also like the same person who, I don't know. He's like, he's at Raiders games and he's being a camera guy, and I guarantee you he's saying what's up to Pete Carroll. It's like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know. I think that there is a world where certain athletes are just kind of butthurt, and you look at the way Seattle went down. It's like, and then Cam Chancellor with the neck injuries went out. It's like Seattle just fell apart. And in
Yeah.
reality, it's like you can hate and say, oh, he favorited Russell Wilson. Yeah,
He was the
it
future.
I mean, he's the fucking he is the
Defenses only
quarterback. Yes.
last so long.
It's not like this was some Trent Dilfer situation. Like, Russell Wilson was still
No,
winning games.
for sure.
You
And
know?
I mean, like we've talked about for a while, he was MVP through 8 games a few times. Um, but the I mean, the James Harrison thing is definitely separate. Like, I don't know of any James Harrison talking shit about Mike Tomlin on the field or anything around his playing career. Like, he won a Super Bowl with them, played a few more years, or yeah, and then went to the Bengals and came back or
I
whatever,
mean,
went to the Patriots.
maybe the way. I mean, maybe that's what it was. Maybe the way that his career was handled. he's been having.
Like,
I mean, I can see a world where he has some pent up emotional feelings about Mike Tomlin,
and
now
fucking
that
Ben Roethlisberger's gonna come out here and talk shit.
see what did Ben say?
The
Because
guy,
I didn't. You only said what?
Ben. Well, no, Ben was basically. I don't know if he wasn't talking as much shit as James, but he was saying the Penn State job's open. I think it's time for him to go. All shit like that. I don't know what exactly he said, good or bad, but he was like, yeah, it's time to go. There's other jobs, all this shit. But the reason, I mean, Ben played extra years was because Tomlin wanted him as the quarterback. I don't know what the fuck happened with all the off the field stuff, but I'm assuming Tomlin was covering for him or allowed him to play on. Was that prior or was that before?
I don't think
Was that his rookie
Tomlin.
year?
That wasn't Tomlin. Yeah.
That was Coward.
Yeah, I think that was his like rookie or second year. Yeah.
Never mind.
Maybe he's
Scratch
just a
that.
Coward guy.
Maybe he's Bill Coward guy. I mean, everyone loves Bill Coward, but I don't know. It's just it feels weird. Because Tomlin, yeah, the reason he still has a job is because he's a locker room guy. He's a player's guy. Also,
so then I guess the question:
the Steelers only want to have 3 head coaches for their entire existence.
For sure. So then I guess the question is, Devin, is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat?
If Aaron still wants to play for Mike Tomlin next year, Aaron will still play for Mike Tomlin next year.
So if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for Mike Tomlin next year,
I don't think Tomlin's going to get fired.
Okay.
Number one, that means you lose Mike Tomlin. You have to go find a new head coach. Number two, you have to go find a new quarterback because A-Rod isn't staying. Not like that means as much as it probably should. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't see a world in which they get rid of Tomlin now. It doesn't make any sense.
Like even if they don't win another game this year, they're 6-11.
Still doesn't make sense because this team isn't. It's not. It's still in its like it's. They have old guys on the team still. Like Aaron's old. Like they're not a new and like building team. Like you can get rid of Gerard Mayo like that because you have a new building team and you want Vrabel instead of Gerard Mayo. That makes sense. To get rid of Tomlin now means that the next head coach who comes in is going to get fired after the next year because they're still going to suck. And we're talking about a Steelers team that's a few good pieces away at full strength if Aaron plays well from being better than they are now. It doesn't make any sense to fire Tomlin right now.
The Steelers, dude, if they had somebody like Minka Fitzpatrick or like George Pickens, dude, they'd be elite.
It's like that's the funniest part. It's like halfway through the season, they're like, "Yeah, we need like a gritty receiver, something like that. Like some guy's just gonna go up and get the ball and like play hard. Like it's like yeah."
No, and you know what else they were saying? Yeah, and then about halfway through the year, they're like, "Man, the Steelers' defense just isn't really like it's just not.
It's just missing some really, of that.
There's something
missing a bite.
Yeah,
it's
in Miami. The piece is in Miami. And
the
here's the thing:
Miami,
if I can make a logical,
in Dallas.
If I can make even a somewhat logical reason for why Mike McDaniels deserves to stay in Miami for another year, then Mike Tomlin definitely is not even on a lukewarm seat.
No, and like we bring it up all the time in the winning streak record and all this stuff, and it's like if they wanted him gone, he would have been gone a long time ago. So this whole like, oh, Tomlin has a bad year, he's got to go. Like Tomlin's had bad years. Tomlin has not achieved full potential with very good teams. The Steelers are not an organization that just fires head coaches. It's not how they are. Like if they do,
mean, there's
if Mike Tomlin does leave, it will be Mike Tomlin leaving, or Steelers and Mike Tomlin mutually part ways. It will not be Mike Tomlin was fired. He's not going to get fired right after a Week 18 game, like Lovie Smith. He's going to have a
dude, it's
press
gonna be
conference
if he.
like Bill Belichick did, and they're going to say, we're going to part ways. That's it.
But if you do just wake up one day to like Pittsburgh Steelers fire Mike Tomlin, this means your reaction's got to be like fucking
no,
next level.
I can't sit here and like say Mike Tomlin deserved to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers for almost 20 years, but he has been. And if we're looking at the history of his career, there's no reason he should be fired after this season. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I would probably.
I don't need to defend him, but it just seems silly to keep talking about Mike Tomlin and then to talk shit about him or whatever.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin, he's staying in Pittsburgh. He's not going anywhere. But all right, I guess kind of surprised me, sort of, kind of. I really don't know how to react to it. Mark Andrews gets a 3-year extension. So when I saw that, I was thinking, hey, so Mark Andrews is still going to be a Raven,
cool.
And then I was like, oh, well then Isaiah Likely's really not going to be a Raven,
and
which means
that's the weird part about it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a battle for who can get one of the best, tight ends with potential in the NFL.
Yeah, and like not like a very, very athletic tight end, like a large receiver type of tight end, like a Kelsey-esque, like smaller version of Kelsey, like a receiver essentially.
No, I would say has been doing things that we wanted Kyle Pitts to do for years.
Yes, exactly.
Especially last year. This year, obviously, he's been hurt. But what I'm saying is, like I was afraid of this happening, which was him being limited either due to injury or play calling, and it forcing them to stay with Mark.
Yes. And
because I don't know about you,
something
but
about
I'm not the.
Sorry, go.
I'm not the like. I get it. Like Mark's playing well this year, and he's our guy. But a 3-year extension is just and then letting most likely go. It's like that's not the recipe for us to get to a fucking Super Bowl.
Like I understand the loyalty in that, but to extend him 3 years is far too long. And this is the same thing I was saying about Terry, but is Terry younger? How old's Mark? When was Mark drafted? The year after Lamar, right?
Mark was drafted same year after?
Because Hayden Hurst.
Maybe a year after.
Hayden Hurst was the same year. Hayden Hurst was the same draft.
All right, yeah. Hayden Hurst was. He was the older one, though. He was the older one.
So I think it was Mark in 19 out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But yes, Mark had to drop last year, but there's been like a half a step type of feel around Mark Andrews, like where he's half a step slower, and then you have this new age tight end who looks a lot quicker and he's more versatile and all that stuff. And then yes, he's hurt and Mark's doing all right, but 3 years seems like a lot, especially when you are carrying 2 tight ends. 3 years, $30 million too. It's crazy.
And that's the thing. Even if we're gonna stick with Mark, it's like you need to find a way to pay him and pay Likely
something, because Likely's probably gonna be coming off his rookie deal within the next year.
Oh, Likely, I believe, is gonna be a free agent. So that leads us to our next conversation: is where's Isaiah Likely gonna go play next year?
Anywhere, dude.
Well, I'll give you the most obvious one. I've said it already. I said that I was afraid of this happening. He's going to Kansas City.
That's scary.
Isaiah Likely is going to Kansas City. We're going to go through other teams and talk about it and hypotheticals. Isaiah Likely is replacing Travis Kelce. And at first, I think maybe last year I was like it was going to be Kyle Pitts' resurrection. But no. It's going to be Kyle Pitts is here. It ain't no resurrection. It's like, no, Jesus is just here. He's going to walk into Kansas City and absolutely dominate and help Patrick Mahomes be the fucking best quarterback in the league for another 5 years. That's going to happen. I'm just saying that now. That's what's going to happen. Now, we can talk about other fantasy world, like predictions, maybe. But I don't know if you disagree on the Kansas City thing.
No,
that's pretty much
I'm assuming Travis Kelce is going to retire after this year. I think we all kind of are. We didn't expect it last year, but it was definitely a possibility last year. Definitely coming this year. If it doesn't, then boy, is he fucking just dragging this shit out for no reason. Because he can go be on TV and make double what he's making right now. And then Noah Gray is not the answer to this team.
Fuck no.
So
God, no, he's not replacing what Travis Kelce would have been doing in his prime or whatever,
not even
or
close.
just even close to it.
No.
But I guess there are some other teams out there. There's a team that has Zach Ertz as their starting tight end.
We don't utilize a tight end in the way that we would utilize Likely. We never really we never have. We've never utilized the tight end, and I would be a crying shame to have him on our football team. We would destroy his career.
Let's take a couple steps back. Let's take a couple steps back. All right, let's really look at the picture. A couple things. That's because you have Zach Ertz as your tight end.
No, we've
that
never.
That would be the reason why.
Like, we don't utilize the tight end position.
Okay, so you keep talking about Washington as if they have this tradition like the Ravens or the Steelers. It's like, no, Cliff Kingsbury is your OC. If you give him Isaiah Likely, he's going to fucking utilize Isaiah Likely.
Cliff Kingsbury is not going to be our OC next year. Cliff Kingsbury will be a head coach of some organization.
No, how quick these teams are hiring. Cliff stays.
I don't know.
Cliff stays, and then it's Jaden Daniels, and maybe you figure something out at fucking running back, but then you bring back Terry, who can be healthy. You have Debo, and you got Isaiah Likely. Get out of here.
Don't sit here and talk about. Get out of here. That's just adding a good piece to a team that's gonna underperform.
Okay.
And that's gonna be a waste.
Rather just continue.
Right, if you look at what Isaiah Likely could do on a team so many different teams, but the Chiefs and any team that currently has a tight end or uses the tight end position that doesn't already have one, we're not that team. Even if Zach Ertz was 5 years younger, he's not getting the ball that much.
Okay, all right. Here's a big fucking problem with that. You keep saying that Washington would bring in Isaiah Likely and use him like Zach Ertz. It's not what would happen. That's not how things go. It's not. It's just not that's not how it would work. And also, are we talking about it's Isaiah we're talking about a tight end. We're not talking about what fucking none of these are Super Bowl winning moves. These are what teams need a tight end and what would make an offense better. And it's the Washington Commanders who have a good OC, a great young quarterback, and an old ass tight end.
I know,
and
but
guess what? You don't even got to move that far.
It's a waste of Isaiah Likely's time if he went and played for us.
Is it though? He goes out and ends up being the best Washington tight end in history, and
Yeah, because
he has every
the standard
receiving
is
record.
zero. Standard is nothing. The standard is Chris
Okay, can you look
Cooley.
at this as not a Washington fan for 1 second? Like, I'm already losing one of my best tight ends. Look at this as not a Washington
You
fan
guys
for
have
1
had
second.
one of the best tight end histories of all time. We had Logan Thomas for 8 years, who did jack dick and was hurt 95% of the time. Like, we don't do tight ends well.
Was Cliff Kingsbury there?
No.
Was Jaden Daniels there?
No.
All right. So, unless the greatest O'Roy of all time and one of the best OCs in the league were there, don't mention it. Because it was A, the Washington Redskins, and B, a way shittier version of this team.
Yes.
This team has something that I know you're not used to. We're going to use this word, potential. They have potential.
Yes.
They are just like in the way that we talked about Pittsburgh in the same way, where they got some old dudes, but then they're also a couple pieces away. Y'all got some old dudes, and then y'all are a couple pieces away.
Yeah, but we're
Switch out the old with the young
pieces.
and get a couple pieces away. What is the lot of pieces? Grab another lineman, fill in those fucking old with the new, get a running back you can count on, get Isaiah Likely, and we're talking about making another playoff run. This isn't some crazy science. Like, this isn't science.
But
this isn't hard. This ain't rocket science.
We walked into this year saying all we have to do is keep Terry, and then what? We're gonna be a fucking contender. We're not even going to come close to smelling a playoff.
I sat here and said y'all got Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, and Austin Eckler, and then traded for Debo. Obviously, y'all got something. Y'all are into fucking geriatric shit or something.
Ain't no way we're going out and getting the best tight end option in the league.
But it's the same. It's literally the same way you just talked about Pittsburgh. Is they got some old dudes, ain't really worth it no more. And then you got some, and then on the flip side, there's some pieces that they're a couple pieces away from being a team that could be a problem. Why are we acting like that? That's not the same exact thing. The same exact boat Washington is in with a younger quarterback and a better, at least OC. Y'all maybe just fucking get rid of Dan Quinn. To be honest with you.
We fucked ourselves by hiring Dan Quinn and then being like, oh yeah, we need to fill this OC position. Why don't we take Cliff Kingsbury? He should be the head coach.
Fire. Well, I mean, maybe Cliff don't want to be a head coach.
Cliff did turn down the job he turned down head coaching interviews to coach this team, and that was a severe mistake.
Like, you don't think Robert Saleh's a lot happier right now?
So much happier. And Cliff probably hated every ounce of his being when he was in Arizona. But
yes,
I can guarantee you that if Washington had a better year this year, he would be gone next year. In a heartbeat. It's the progression.
Okay, then
it's rare that you see an OC stay an OC if they perform well.
But not if they've already been there and this is where they want to be. It's not like he's this OC who's like, I just want to, and then maybe one day I can be a head coach. Like, he knows. No. I know. Like, I could. It's the same way where it's like Florida's like, or like where they're like, Florida needs to fucking hire. Let's get Urban Meyer. It's like, if Urban Meyer wanted to be a head coach for the Florida Gators, he'd probably be the head coach for the Florida Gators. But it's like,
speaking of this, maybe it's a good time for Mike McDaniels just to sit back and be an OC again.
And after this year, he might get fired and go, thank God.
I know.
Holy shit. I'm okay. Perfect.
Well, because
I will go.
When he
I will leave.
Became the head coach, it was all sunshine and rainbows and cracking jokes and all this stuff. And now it's like fucking damage control for your quarterback whose head's falling off, and damage control for Tyreek, and just some of the most annoying shit you could deal with. But
And I saw some other teams. Dallas Goddard. He's on his last year in Philly. So obviously that'd be a big old fucking problem if they
That
just
would
say,
be
"Oh,
that's
well, we'll
a
just
cool
bring
option.
Isaiah Likely over."
Yeah.
I mean, now you could go another route and say, "All right, does Isaiah Likely just want money? Does he want a starting position? Does he not mind being this 1B or tight end 2 guy?" I think the most dangerous type of pairing you could find is throwing him in San Fran.
I mean, yeah, depending on how long Kittle stays George Kittle, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
But I think this could extend Kittle.
Yeah, and it would kind of limit Kittle a little bit, but open Kittle up a touch.
A lot.
Yeah.
You have both of them on the field. It's making it's causing a lot of problems. And on the same side, you can have just Kittle, and then have it Likely coming in, filling in for him in certain moments or schemes or however you want to play it.
I would say
same
Detroit,
way Baltimore plays it.
but that's too many. That's too many pieces.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Now you could look at it like how desperate or how much do you believe in him? Because the way you were talking about him, you're like talking about him like he's gonna be a fucking piece to a Super Bowl team, the missing piece to a Super Bowl team. It's like, why would he go to Washington? So, is there a world where Robert Kraft doesn't make it back next season?
Tucker Kraft?
I said Robert.
I was like, Patriots. I was like, how did Pats get thrown into this?
Which, I mean, and
yeah.
He's up there in age. He might not either. But Tucker Kraft, what if Tucker Kraft doesn't make it back?
No,
to
that's
next year?
That's very possible. Jake Ferguson, like he could go anywhere that has a tight end now and perform. Maybe he can replace Kyle Pitts in Atlanta. That'd be funny.
That's a waste of time.
That's a huge waste of time.
Because you're having dumbass or dumbass 2 throwing to you, and there's there's absolutely no reason for that.
Like, I don't know. Kyle Pitts is going to have the career that's wait till he gets a quarterback. He gets kind of a quarterback, and then by the time they go send him to another team, he'll be too old. And then they'll say, I know, but he wasted all of his first 8 years on the Falcons, and now he's too old, and now he's just a blocking tight end and all this shit. He's screwed. It's over. But Likely is a good option to an already good team. I don't want to see him go to like a Panthers or a Washington or a developing weird Bears team or whatever.
An offense that could use another weapon?
The Baltimore
Denver
Ravens.
Broncos.
Yes, the Denver Broncos.
Baltimore Ravens, but the Denver Broncos, because Evan Ingram is butt. There's absolutely no reason to have him staying around to be your starting tight end when you could bring in a guy like Isaiah Likely. Because there's one thing about that Denver Broncos team, and it's like their offense is not exciting. There's no spark. There's nothing really. It's like, you might have there are some days. They'll have a day or two.
But it doesn't.
But in reality,
it doesn't feel anything like a Sean Payton offense.
Fuck no. It's like, oh, man. What, man, it's like I don't know. I've never watched the Denver Broncos game and been like, wow, they are just electric fucking fire on the offensive side of the ball. Like, this is beautiful to watch. So he could go to Denver. Shit. Fuck Noah Fant. He could go to Cincy. And that would be ridiculous.
Illegal. Also, I think monetarily impossible. They could not afford that.
No, for sure. Like Isaiah Likely makes that move. It's solely because he wants to be a starter and on a team that could dominate, not for money.
Well, I don't even think that they could give him like a normal amount of money.
Well, even if they made something shake, if he was considering whatever Cincinnati would be able to pay him, he's probably just going to stay in Baltimore.
For sure. But
So
Cincinnati does not
but I'm just saying
need
in a fantasy
him. They need a defense.
for sure. But at this point, I mean, if they want their offense just be some God mode like
I know, but it's gonna be a
thing,
God mode that's missing the playoffs, and that sucks.
yeah, probably. And then the final team that I have is a team that has a tight end that's like, all right, he's cool, and then they just got some other guys that for some reason they keep throwing in there, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
You got Pat Freiermuth. It's like, all right, cool. But then you got Darnell Washington. You got Jonnu Smith running around there. It's like, what are we fucking doing? Can we just find a guy? Can we find a starter?
Pick one? Well, Darnell Washington is. I didn't even realize who he was until a few weeks ago. He's 300 fucking pounds. He's huge. Like, yes,
Huge.
he hurdled a dude, kind of. And he truck sticks a few guys, but like, I don't know. He's 300 fucking pounds. Like,
yeah. See, he's like a, I don't know, like a horse or something.
yeah.
Like I don't know. It just
He should be
like,
he should be a workhorse, which is not a guy running routes. Like, you're an additional lineman. You're a blocking tight end. But I mean, he's relatively impressive with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, it just seems like the size and the weight. It's like I know his joints just like they gotta be aching.
Yeah.
Like, there's gotta be some like I know he's gotta have some type of crazy a recovery schedule. But there's a lot of teams Isaiah likely could go to. And I definitely think I think he's leaving Baltimore, especially after the move made for, the contract sent to a mark. Baltimore's made it pretty clear who they're going with. And honestly, it's a little depressing because Isaiah likely walking is not a step closer to a Super Bowl.
Not even close.
I'll say that.
And
I won't say it's a huge fall away. I'm not going to say that likely leaving means, there's no chance or whatever the chance Baltimore still has, it's not dropping 50% lower.
No, but it's kind of like a kick in like, I guess what you would have expected. You would have expected a changing of the guard, and Mark can go be a veteran tight end on a different team, but instead he will be a veteran tight end on your team.
Yeah, he will be. But all right. I guess let's predict some games, Devin. Week 14. We got Cincinnati versus Buffalo.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And you know what? I'm not saying I want anything bad to happen, but like anything that could cancel this game would just be great. Because fuck this.
Well,
what do we do it? Fuck this
That game has been canceled before a few years ago. But
oh no.
Yes,
oh no, I wasn't even referencing that.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
No, I meant like an earthquake, like prior to the game.
I'm pretty sure it was week 14.
No, no. See, I meant like an earthquake prior to the game or something.
Like a mild
earthquake.
Really thinking I don't know. Didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe like.
Yeah, but like.
Maybe like 8 miles of snow. Are they in Buffalo?
Like the power goes out.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Not that.
That's
not the
bad.
other thing. That's crazy. Bad. Holy shit. That was a pool. Like I wasn't even.
Yeah, no, I thought that was exactly. Wow. I was like, this is a weird coincidence to get a game canceled, but no, it's like I think Cincinnati might be like the king home wrecker. Like they are going to ruin everybody's everyone they play. They're going to ruin their season. I think Buffalo has the offense to get it done, but Josh has not performed well whatsoever. James Cook is their only hope at the moment. Cincinnati's defense stinks, but I don't know. I don't feel anything toward the Bills right now.
Well, I will say, I think James Cook is the deciding factor. I think both defenses will give up points.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow is going to be able to get into the end zone. I think Josh Allen will be able to sneak his way into the fucking end zone. But if James Cook is hot, it's Buffalo all day. If James Cook is contained, I'm going to go down a path and say that they find a way to also contain Josh Allen, and it becomes an issue. And if you have a situation where it's a Burrow and Allen shootout and these terrible Buffalo receivers apparently don't show up,
Terrible,
Josh
but
Allen
really
is struggling
good, terrible.
And, Deion Dawkins is just watching every Cincinnati lineman just tackle Josh Allen. It could get tricky.
You know what we might need to do? We might need to investigate Deion Dawkins for betting fraud. Because this motherfucker said, you're getting one push, and then said, go.
Yeah,
go get
no, I don't know what's going on with Deion Dawkins. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of linemen this year where it's just so obvious how bad they're playing.
Well, but it's also like the left tackles who take a full step before the ball snapped and then just miss their guy. It's terrible.
Bro, it's getting so bad how early these tackles take off.
It doesn't make any sense.
So fucking bad. It's almost like arena football. Like, remember how arena football where they'd be able to go in motion and then almost start running forward as they like
they're
right
sprinting
before they snap?
as they're
Is it arena? Wait, is it CFL or arena? It could have been Canadian football.
Arena's the tight.
It might be the CFL.
Arena's tight in like a legit arena, but
either way, it might be CFL, but it's like literally like they almost get a head start.
That's crazy.
Like, fuck it, whatever. Hey, they get kind of a head start, but I still have to go Buffalo. I
want to
like
go Buffalo. I don't think Cincinnati, like, even with Joe, is still. I don't think they're that good, but something in me, dude. Pause. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Okay. I mean, hey.
And it's solely because
Cincinnati could.
It's solely because I think the Bills' defense can be just as bad. Maybe not just as bad, but it can be pretty bad. Cincinnati's offense at their best is much better. And they have no running game to rely on like the Bills do.
But isn't that worse for them?
Not if you're Cincinnati. I'll take Jamar Chase and T. Higgins over. I'll take Jamar Chase and T. Higgins over most running backs.
No.
Okay.
We literally talked about how like ridiculous the move Cincinnati made to keep both Jamar and T. Higgins and paying them crazy money.
Yes, but
on top of like what they did for.
I didn't say
Trey
over a
and,
defensive. I
Burrow.
didn't say over like 5 guys on defense, which they could have afforded with the money they spent on those 3 guys. I mean, a running back.
I mean, I guess, but like at the end of the day, a dominant running back is going to be way more of is going to be way more impactful than 2 receivers. If Daniel Jones goes down, Jonathan Taylor can still rush for 150.
I agree.
Yes, Joe Flacco was able to get the ball to Jamar Chase, kinda, but they still won 1 game.
Which is
because Chase Brown sucks.
Chase Brown's terrible, but yeah.
I don't care what anybody
I'll take
says.
Cincinnati, and I'm probably wrong about the whole running back thing, but fuck it.
How about Colts versus Jags?
What a perfect time to have that fucking game. Jesus Christ.
So they're both 8-4. They're both 2-1 in their division, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have first place.
But do they have the head-to-head?
They haven't played each other at all yet.
How does Jacksonville? What's the tiebreaker? Points.
Yeah.
I
think it's points allowed, maybe total points scored against. I don't know. Whatever it is, some type of tiebreaker gives Jacksonville the edge. And I guess it's not only who's winning this game, but who the fuck's winning the AFC South? And I think that's the real question.
I have no trust or belief in this Jacksonville team, and I don't have any trust or belief in Indy per se, but I do have belief in Jonathan Taylor, a little bit in Daniel Jones if Jonathan Taylor isn't again rushing for 250. But yeah, I got no faith in Jacksonville. We'll see who wins the South, but I'd take Indy over Jacksonville any day of the week.
I will agree.
And you know why?
I'll say Indy.
You know why I don't trust Jacksonville?
Why?
Because they're missing a starting receiver and starting quarterback. Like 2 players in one.
Yeah, I guess.
They're missing both players. And they're still playing.
It's weird. It's almost like certain people said that if Travis Hunter plays both ways, he's not only more likely to get hurt, but will be impacting both sides of the ball by not being out there anymore. I wonder who said that. It might have been some guys on a podcast. I don't know. Either way,
No,
Jacksonville. I don't know. I don't think. Here's the thing. You gotta look at the schedule. You look at the remaining schedule. Indy has Jacksonville, Seattle, San Fran, Jacksonville, Houston. So it's not a walk in the. It ain't a walk in the park.
Not at all.
They got to play Jacksonville twice, which obviously we'll see after this first game how much that second matchup's going to matter. Which actually it's going to matter regardless because there's still going to be a game in between each other after this game. They're going to have to play Seattle and San Fran, which neither are even close to gimmies. I don't know what's going to happen with those 2 games. And then Houston. Houston by week 18 might still be fighting for a playoff shot. And it might not, they just beat the Colts.
Yeah.
They just beat them.
Yeah.
They can beat the Colts. And then you look at Jacksonville's schedule. They have Indianapolis, the Jets, Denver, Indianapolis, and the Titans.
Oh fuck.
So they have 2 wins right there. They're beating the Jets and they're beating Tennessee. So they're 10-4 right
Even if
there.
they split. Say they split Indy, lose to the Broncos, that's a division win right there.
Oh, even if they could beat Denver and lose twice to the Colts.
Yeah. And
still end up with a better fucking record. If they don't show up, well, I'll say that's the only way. If they lose to the Colts twice, and then they finish with the same record, then yes, the Colts will have the tiebreaker. But they're going to beat the Jets. They're going to beat the Titans. There's not a gimme for the Colts left. Seattle and San Fran, I really am not sure. I don't know if they beat both of those
I would
teams.
love to see the Week 18 Titans beat the Jags. To knock them out of the playoffs. That'd be cool.
That would be great.
That'd be fun.
And then they got Houston. I'm not going to lie. And my opinion might completely flip after this game. Because, it might be when the Colts show up versus Jacksonville in a couple weeks, they're going to do what they just did yesterday, or do what they did on Sunday, and that's fuck them up. But if this game's even close and the Colts come out with this win, I think Jacksonville might have the South.
Yeah.
They're going to have to fuck up to not win the AFC South
agree.
this year.
And honestly, at this point, I kind of hope that they do. Just because of all the bullshit that was going Trevor Lawrence's way. Oh, fuck it. Trevor Lawrence doesn't deserve to be a fucking quarterback. And yes, he hasn't performed that great. But he's a Jaguar. And anything that the Jaguars do well, Trevor Lawrence shouldn't be getting shit on for being a Jaguar. And he's performed okay enough to still be a good starter in the league. But, funny thing is, I mean, these teams aren't going to have any impact in terms of playoff victories, but it's funny. We look at every team, or most teams, and we're like, they're not going to win a fucking playoff game. Like, who is going to win a playoff game? Like, the way we look at it, we're like, everyone's going to get into the playoffs, and every team's going to lose.
Yeah, I'll say like who's winning at least one for sure, like the Rams, the Lions,
Yeah,
like the Bills. They'll all probably get a playoff win at least.
everything else,
sure.
I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, everything else I have absolutely no clue. How about Pittsburgh versus Baltimore?
Lamar's hurt again. Lamar missed practice today. Is
Lamar's playing?
Okay. Lamar's playing. It's the Ravens.
Lamar's playing.
The Ravens are winning.
All right. A month ago, you could have said, "Well, if Lamar's playing, then y'all are gonna win." These last 3 weeks, like you gotta be honest and just look at the numbers, look at the film, look at whatever. Lamar has played his worst 3-game stretch in his career, regardless of the other seasons battling injuries or contracts or how good or bad the Baltimore Ravens are or what weapons he was working with. This is the worst 3-game stretch that Lamar Jackson has ever played.
Yeah.
So, I yes, is there a world where he could just flip a switch and turn it on and none of it matters come Sunday? Sure. But I've been waiting for that to happen for 3 weeks.
Yeah. The loss
like when he came in, when he
a
came
big
in,
kick in the pants, but
when he came in versus Miami, it was like, all right, cool. Like he looked cool, but obviously I'm expecting him to, now that he's not just now coming back from injury, he's going to turn up. And he didn't turn up, and he stayed kind of where he was, and he continued to stay where he was, and now he's at the point where we're not able to beat the fucking Bengals. So even if we go into this game and say we even beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, if Lamar's still not utilizing his legs, and he's still overthrowing balls, and we still got dropped balls, and our defense still playing poorly, and we're making bad decisions on the offensive side of the ball on when not to go for it, or play calling period, or if Derrick Henry can't get anything going, or if our offensive line is playing like shit, or if we give up a bunch of stupid penalties, write us off.
yeah,
Write us the fuck off. I don't care if we walk out of this season AFC North champions. If Lamar does not show up in this fucking game, this is a playoff game. I don't care.
I agree.
They're both 6-6. The winner of this game is most likely going to win the AFC North.
Yeah.
Lamar has to show up. He has to.
Yeah.
And he can't show up the way he's played in the last 3 weeks, and he can't show up in any form he's shown up in the playoffs.
No.
Unless he's playing the Houston fucking Texans in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
He has to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, you're right. This is a full playoff game. The other thing is, like, yes, Lamar has to show up, and regardless of how bad the rest of the team is, he has to still perform. But compared to other years, this is the most incomplete the Ravens have looked.
For sure.
And even outside of Lamar, you take Lamar out of the equation, this is clearly the most incomplete the Ravens have looked in a while. But the way that we've talked about Lamar before he came back was when he does come back, the team will still turn into a good enough Ravens team to supposed to at least beat the Bengals, but everything has to be perfect from here on out. And he can't play like that. He can't play like the pressure of the world is on him because he doesn't do well with that. And I fear that that's what will happen. He will feel the pressure, and the Ravens will let this year slip. But again, like you said, like, even if you guys win the North, and you do it in a way where you're skirting by the Steelers and you're barely winning a few games here or there, like that's not, I guess, inspiring. Confidence inspiring.
No, not at all. And even though but the lack of belief is there, and I'm worried, I still gotta go with them.
I'm still taking the Ravens. Like, there's nothing Pittsburgh has that should scare you guys. Maybe Darnell Washington, but I think he scared a lot of people. I had no idea who he was, and then I heard him on a podcast. Like, how tall are you? They're like, how much do you weigh right now? He was like, 260. They're like, no, the fuck you don't. And then he was like, I think it was the St. Brown podcast, because they were like, you're fucking lying.
Okay.
You get weighed every fucking week. And he was like, 311. I was like, what the fuck? 311
Good
tight end.
God.
I think he's like 6'5", 6'6", whatever.
He lied 50 pounds less.
I think he's
Who
listed.
lies 50 pounds less?
I think he's listed like 260, 265. He said he weighed in at 311.
Holy shit!
Yeah, this dude's huge.
There's no way.
He's humongous. Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
All right, taking the Ravens. Tennessee versus Cleveland.
Holy shit!
Cam Ward's gonna get destroyed.
Shedeur is
So
going to get
obviously
destroyed.
it's really just gonna be.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. Even if he doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah. No, Myles Garrett might break the sack record this game. That's very possible.
He's not breaking the sack record. He needs 4 sacks to break it.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Not no.
All right, well.
He's not sacking Cam Ward 4 times. There's absolutely no fucking way.
There's a way.
And if he is, well then shit. Regardless, if he sacks him once or 5 times, Shedeur is gonna play to not lose. He's not gonna have to do much. The Titans suck, and if he is asked to do much, there will be a price to pay. I mean, if the Titans make this a game, Shedeur might make it a loss. Like he might. I'm saying if there's a situation where Shedeur has 98 passing yards when the fourth quarter hits, and all of a sudden the Tennessee Titans take the lead, I don't know if they're gonna go down the field and take it back.
Yeah, no, like this is it'll be a pillow fight of a game for sure. We've got 2 pillow fight quarterbacks. It's crazy. Like however many months ago, 5 months ago, we're watching videos of them training together. Turns out both of them suck. We were wrong about how much zip. We were wrong about how much zip Cam Ward has on his ball compared to Shedeur and the throwing angles, and fuck that video, whatever that was. And every year we say we're not going to judge quarterbacks off of this and that and whatever, but yeah, no, I don't believe in either of these quarterbacks to do anything, and both their teams suck. So I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah.
And
I would agree. I am going to go with Cleveland.
And I hope Myles Garrett breaks the sack record this week.
I guess he could. Washington versus Minnesota.
What'd you say ooh for?
Jaden Daniels is back.
Who gives a shit? We have 9 losses. Who cares?
All right, I'm gonna tell you who cares. It's me, and I'm gonna tell you why. A couple of reasons. The biggest reason would be because I like to watch football, so I'm gonna have the game on.
Yes.
The second biggest reason would be when I have Washington games on, and then I see Marcus Mariota out there, I really, 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 really don't want to watch.
I agree. I know.
I really don't want to watch.
I know it's really bad watching Mariota out there. I do agree. Yes, it's good to have Jaden out there, but I mean, it doesn't really make this game any more interesting. Like, yes, it'll be better. I hope we played well, but we're playing the Vikings.
I mean, the interesting narrative for Jaden Daniels is just how well he plays for the rest of the season. If Washington's going to keep losing games, and obviously y'all are statistically not eliminated. Y'all technically still have a chance, but y'all got 9 losses. It ain't happening. But if he performs well for the rest of the year, that is going to be at least something to look at. Like, all right, well, A, he didn't just give up on y'all and say, fuck it, I don't care.
I agree.
So it's like, and B, it's just going to be something positive to look forward to going into next season. And if he even stays healthy, that'd be even probably the biggest A+ for the year for Jaden Daniels at this point. But
what I'm looking out for is his connection with Terry. Is that still alive? Is that still a thing? How good can Terry be in this back half? Because Jaden has a job secured, and yes, Terry has a job secured, but like there might come a point where we're looking to offload his contract and search for better receivers and do that at some point soon. But Jaden's literally, this is his second year of football. He's not going anywhere. So I'm not concerned about how he plays. I'm honestly more concerned about his health, but I want to see Terry show something that makes us believe in him more.
Okay, so I'm going Washington. I think 9, still blows.
It's, I mean, somehow Max, what's his name? Max Brosmer was worse than 9, but
yeah,
9 sucks.
Yeah, who's even playing? I
don't know.
I don't even
Either
know who's
one.
playing quarterback
Give
for
me
Minnesota.
anybody. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Give me the Washington Commanders.
Unless it's Sam Darnold, I'm not picking the Vikings.
We got Chicago versus Green Bay.
Fuck.
And I'm not gonna lie. I think this is for Chicago. I think this may be the the start of the 10-7 gauntlet. 10-7 gauntlet.
See, I was going to say that, but it could also be the start of the Packers not doing anything.
Maybe. But I don't know. When you look at what Chicago has, they got Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, San Fran, Detroit.
Fuck.
So they'll beat Cleveland, hopefully. Like they'll beat Cleveland, but then after that they got Green Bay twice, San Fran, and Detroit.
Fuck.
They're 9-3. And I'm gonna say it right now. The Chicago Bears will finish 10-7 this year. And if certain teams win, I think they may even have potential to miss out on the playoffs this year.
That's a very good take, and yes, the 9-3 Bears look scary on the paper record, whatever that says, 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
Their remaining schedule is shocking, especially if like the Packers come into this game treating it like a playoff game, like they should. Because what are the Packers right now? 7-5-1, or no, not 7-5-1, 7-something-1.
8-5-1.
That's too many games.
9-5-1.
That's too many games. 8-5.
That's
too many games. It's week 14. 13. What?
7-5-1.
7-4-1 maybe.
Who the fuck cares?
6-5-1.
I get what you're saying.
Whatever the fuck they are, they need to treat this like it's a playoff game, especially with Detroit still playing well and the Bears with a good record. They want to win the division, let alone make the playoffs. So, I can see the Packers stepping on the gas and taking the Bears to church.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers are winning this football game.
Yep.
No doubt. And if Green Bay shows up flat and looks like shit and Chicago pulls it off, then hey, good job.
Go Bears.
But I just don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. We got Houston versus Kansas City.
Fuck me, dude. 6-6. Or 7-5.
Yep.
Fighting for spots. A
really good defense.
If this goes the way that it's supposed to, yes, the Houston defense is good, but that offense is abysmal. Kansas City's defense is not scary, though. They're not bad, but...
See, that's the thing. It's you got a good Houston defense and a struggling Kansas City offense.
And a okay, like, not the same Kansas City defense that we've seen.
No, not even close. But I will say that this is it. This is the last fucking time I'm doing it. If it's a game moving forward, if Kansas City loses this game and I'm moving forward with Kansas City, I can't buy into it. I can't get hype. I can't be like, oh, here we go. Houston's gonna turn, or Kansas City's gonna turn it around. They're gonna change gears. They're gonna hit this new level. It's not fucking happening unless they walk in and play the Titans or the Browns or someone. I can't buy into them. But for some reason,
you have to for this game.
I have to buy into the Kansas City Chiefs again. I have to, and they're and I gotta say that they're gonna win this fucking football game.
I can't physically buy into the Texans.
No, fuck no.
So.
I absolutely not. I really can't. And then we got Miami versus the Jets. I'll go Miami for that one.
I'll take Miami. Miami.
Yeah.
Bienvenido a Miami.
New Orleans versus Tampa. I'll take Tampa Bay beating the New Orleans Saints. Denver, Vegas.
Yeah. Denver
versus Vegas.
Denver.
I mean, is there much to talk about?
No.
I don't really think there's. I think Denver beats Vegas. Geno Smith. I saw something. I think it was like somebody asked Bill Clinton about the files, and he was like, hey, and he was like, gave a smirk, and then it just cut to a picture of Geno, and that was some ball knowledge right there. That's ball knowledge.
What happened?
You know, no matter what, blame Geno Smith.
You're right.
Blame it on Geno.
You're right.
Remember what he said? If I ever go to court, if there's ever a fucking problem with me, my co-defendant is Geno Smith. He was there with me. He saw everything.
He did.
He knows. So yeah,
he was on the island.
Geno Smith. Geno Smith seems like a guy that's not going to be around much longer
in football.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, sure, live a healthy life, but you're not being a starting quarterback in the National Football League. It's not happening. No.
Yeah, I think his time's up.
God, no. Yes, time is up in the NFL.
Yes.
The Rams versus Arizona.
Tune-up game. Easy, buddy, money.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah. It
should fucking be an easy money tune-up game, but the way those fuckers played against Carolina, I'm not too sure, but I will go with the Rams.
The fact that Arizona doesn't have half of what Carolina does is shameful.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I think last week was just the Rams were so hot. Matt Stafford was so hot. It's like they had to be hey.
They got knocked down a peg.
I feel like I don't know. I think they were just brought back to earth. Yeah, they just knocked down a level. I think they'll be all right.
It knocked them down one level, not like out of anything type of level.
Yeah. No, nothing like that they fucking can't come back from.
Yeah.
But we have and then Philly versus the Chargers.
Fuck. What? Give me Philly. Like I don't trust in anything that the Chargers do at any point. I don't want to hear any word about a Harbaugh. I long for the day when both of them are out of the league, just for being mediocre as fuck. Sorry.
No, see the Chargers just, I don't know. They show up every fucking year in the playoff picture. They show up in every conversation. We get to this point in the season where they're still in it. It seems like every year, even since being like a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like Phillip Rivers just hanging on to a chance to make it to the fucking playoffs. It's like it's just every single year, and I can't buy into him. There's no world, there's no way. I think the Chargers could walk out of this game with a win, with Philly just playing like shit.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Saquon can't get going and Jalen Hurts is struggling, sure, yeah, I guess the Chargers could have a good day. But if this was, I don't know, like I'll put it to you like this: there's only one team in this game. There's only one team in this game that could still end up as a team in the Super Bowl this year, and it's not the Chargers.
Not even close. Yeah, I agree.
Just saying. But I think with that, week 14, I think we got them all. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games? Yeah, 13 games besides Detroit, Dallas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did we not predict the game? Miami versus the Jets, yeah. New Orleans versus Tampa Bay, I got it. Seattle versus Atlanta, which we did talk about, but it got cut, obviously, because I accidentally said the wrong team. But we picked Seattle. We picked Denver. I just didn't write Denver down. There we go. Denver beating Vegas. That is it was so obvious I forgot to write it down.
Yep.
That was the big problem there. And then I guess the only thing we got left, Devan, is we got a little bit of basketball. Got a little bit of basketball to discuss, and there's two things in particular. It's weird because we were just talking about like his his retirement tour, because he announced his retirement, but the Clippers cut Chris Paul.
They didn't. What was the exact verbiage? They talked about it in such a weird way. It was like Chris Paul informed that he would no longer be a part of the team at 3 a.m. or something. It wasn't like Chris Paul got cut. It was like they called him and informed him that he would no longer be a Clipper. I was like, that's getting cut.
I mean, what I read, at least like from like Coach Lou's fucking quote, was he wasn't a good fit. He wasn't a good fit for them.
What is a good fit for them?
My thing. My thing is, it's like, yeah, the Clippers suck, but was signing Chris Paul to a 1-year deal knowing he was retiring, like, was that supposed to be a factor? Like,
yeah.
Did you sign him going like, all right, well, he definitely better produce some wins,
like,
because if he doesn't, he's fucking out of here.
Like, Chris Paul was a Clipper for what? 8 years, maybe?
Ever.
A while.
A long ass time.
A good bit. Him going back to this team and then wanting to retire with this team, like you said, like, isn't really a basketball thing. Like, even if he's like played 20 minutes a game or 15 minutes a game, like, I think he still would have wanted to be a Clipper throughout this tour or throughout his last year of basketball.
Now, is this a different, there could be a different narrative pushed here where Chris Paul wants to go on a retirement tour, leave after this season, be done, but also wants to play a part on a team. And it might be a situation where the Clippers are going, look, either you fucking sit down and stand up for every stadium that claps for you
Yes.
for the rest of the year, or
See, but
you're gonna have to
it
go
also
because you're
doesn't.
bitching at every
It doesn't
practice. Like
become.
I'm
It
saying,
doesn't.
oh, good,
Sorry.
sorry.
Oh no, but it doesn't become.
What I was gonna say is like,
No, you go. You got it.
you
No,
go.
you go.
All right, I'll go. Fuck it, I'll go. I'm saying if there's a world where Chris Paul's like bitching at practice, like, man, I need to play more, and they're like, dude, like we're doing you a favor, and then they had to do what they had to do. Okay, all right, I could see that.
2 things. There's that team has no room to tell Chris Paul that he's too old and that he can't play on that team. The average age on that team is 35 years old. It's Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, fucking whoever the fuck else, and Chris Paul. Like, that's an old fucking team. Chris Paul being on that team might be a minor hindrance. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that big of an issue. Also, like, the retirement tour doesn't turn into a retirement tour until it's like your last game in said stadium or in said arena. So cutting him 20
Okay,
games in
like,
is nuts, but
and that's kind of why I was trying to like add some sort of make believe context, because if it was just like, look, you're too old, man, you got to go. That's just fucking stupid. But I'm saying if there was a world where it's like there is just not they're just not agreeing on what his part is on this, what his role is on this team.
well,
And it's to a point where it's like, because here's the thing, if you're a 40-year-old Chris Paul and you don't want to do what a team's telling you to
yeah,
do, fuck
for
y'all.
real. But
Fuck it.
that was the first thing that came out after they said he was cut, was him and Ty Lue weren't on speaking terms.
But
For whatever that
and that
means.
makes sense though. If he says fuck y'all, the Clippers might have said, well, fuck you. I don't care. It's like, you do realize what you did was for a whole other owner, a whole other guy.
True.
Like we do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
We like no. There's a world where
Was
what?
Ballmer there when Chris
Am I
Paul was
wrong?
there? I mean, I guess Ballmer was there when Chris Paul left.
I mean, I would say what started where the Clippers like magic was created,
Lob
like
City
Lob
was
City
all
started. It
Donald
was
Sterling.
definitely still. Yeah. I'm saying it's like the prime of Chris Paul. It's like yo, those offices have been cleaned out. We don't give a fuck about what you did back
This is a
then. Like,
new arena.
there's a world.
Everything's brand new, and you're old as shit.
Yeah, it's like,
and
bro, we don't even play there anymore.
no.
It's like no, it's like, we'll cut you. You can go get as many shots up you want in that stadium. Go ahead. You fucking go find it if you can't.
Maybe he can go finally
We
be a
don't
Laker.
care.
He can live out his lifelong dream of being a Laker.
And that's another thing. It's like landing spots for Chris Paul. It's like, who
cares?
for what?
Just put him
so he can go on a retirement tour somewhere else.
Put him on a retirement tour, or he could do a retirement tour and just sit courtside. Say goodbye to everybody. Bye, everybody.
No. He's one of those. Now, see, because Chris Paul, I don't care. Like, yeah, you don't know him. He's obviously one of those weird, like, egotistical guys. Like, don't touch the top of my head. Like, he's just a weird guy.
He's crazy. He's petty.
Like,
he's all of the
I can
above.
see. Yeah, so I could definitely see a world where he was being given a favor by giving a 1-year contract to go on this retirement tour, and him causing too many problems for a team that's already struggling, and them going, you know what? You can just go.
Yeah. And then,
you just get the fuck
like,
out of here.
at 3 a.m., gets the call or whatever, and he's like, I guess I'm not a Clipper anymore? Question mark? It's like, why are we acting stupid here?
It's like,
you're a professional adult.
Was the 3 a.m. was the 3 a.m. call after a like 2 a.m. text message?
Or
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
or
what?
like a practice outburst or something? Like, what happened?
Right. Exactly. It's like, did you storm out of practice and then you get a call?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Also, I don't know how much I believe that. It's like 3 a.m. They called you at 3 a.m.
Unless he was in a
I
different
don't know.
time zone, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's what it's like. They called you at 3 a.m. and you answered.
Yeah, what were you doing up at 3 a.m., Chris?
Yeah. So what the fuck are you? Go to sleep. Like that was probably the test. It's like, all right, if he doesn't answer, he can stay.
Dude,
I know this fucker's partying. I know he's up late.
if someone, I'm not picking up the phone at 3 a.m. regardless, unless it's someone very, very important.
Fuck no.
If it's my employer at 3 a.m., no thanks. If the basketball
Suck
team that I
a
played
dick.
for calls me at 3 a.m., I probably already know what the call is.
You can tell me in the morning.
Tell me I'm cut in the morning
Yeah.
because I'm getting cut. But
Yeah. Let me sleep. But yeah, the Chris Paul's cut. Don't know where he's gonna go. And do we actually care?
No.
No. I don't.
But at
It
the same
is what
time,
it
it's
is. I
like,
didn't care when he announced his retirement.
I don't know. He'll end up on an A team for at least the last 10 games of a season. He can come be a wizard. We've won 2 games this year, 3 games this year.
Maybe. Like
Who
I really
cares?
see a world where he might just be like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna retire.
I mean,
Like, he could just
he
do that.
technically already retired.
Yeah.
So
He did. He said, I'm done.
yeah,
And now he's not on the team. So like that's the thing. It's like, so are you still retired? Are you are you a free agent or are you retired?
he's a retired free agent.
A retired free agent. And still probably had a better retirement tour than John Cena. But regardless of Chris Paul getting cut or whatnot, there's one more thing. And we talked about this last year and the year before that and the year before that and maybe even the year before that. And it's a topic every single season. It's a topic that catches a lot, it grabs a lot of attention.
I thought you were going to go back to
and
07
it's
with this thing. I thought you were going to keep saying season before.
Oh no. This is a little more recent. Giannis is rumored to get traded
Oh
again.
yeah.
I mean, fuck,
The
dude.
Bucks are in
It's every
talks with
year.
Giannis to get traded.
It's every year. And you know what I saw? I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw something that said it might be too late
Might?
to make this move.
Might?
In terms of like for anybody to succeed.
Exactly. Like,
you know, like whatever they can get back for him, whatever they'll get from, which I agree somewhat. This isn't a thing where it's like what the Mavs are going to get from AD. Like they're obviously going to get a lot more.
yeah, from Giannis, for sure.
But if they would have traded Giannis even a season ago or 2 seasons ago,
The problem was the championship. The fact that they won the championship prolonged his existence in a place he did not want to be. Like they won in what, 21? Like right after that, they're like, we might trade him. He kind of wants out. Like I don't know. He kind of wants to go play somewhere else. But then at the end of every trade talk, after the deadline closes, it's like, I never wanted to leave. I love Milwaukee. I love everything about this. I love the organization. I love all this. And it's like, this is bullshit. You're lying.
Every time.
Every single time.
And then after the moves the Bucks made, it's like, all right, let's get Dame. All right, let's get rid of Dame. And then
all right, let's get rid of
let
Kyle Kuzma come in, Chris Middleton, you're done. For whatever reason we did that.
Dude,
I think we pushed the wrong button. I think that's what they did.
We don't need our second best reason, like the second reason we won our finals.
Yeah, we don't need
the
number 2 guy on this team. We'll go get
he can
Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma. We'll get Kyle Kuzma. Yes. He can wear stupid fucking outfits. But I guess, landing spots, there's number 1 team that's always at the top of the list every single year. Well, there's 2 actually. Every single player that is talked about a trade or a free agent or a move, it's the New York Knicks.
Yeah. That would be an abhorrent move.
And I would love to be like, fuck fuck Cat. Hey, fuck it, make that move. Like, you definitely could. But I don't know. I just at this point it's almost a joke to be like, oh well, he could go to the Knicks.
See, but
It's like
he could have been a pre-Cat move. Like, I guarantee that while Cat was getting traded, there were talks about Giannis going to the Knicks.
Yeah, but the Cat move is awful because look at Minnesota.
What do you mean? Bad for Minnesota? Yeah.
I'm saying I don't know.
They got Dante DiVincenzo for Cat. Like, what the fuck is that? And then Dante DiVincenzo is talking the most amount of shit. He's like, "You're only here because your dad. We'll see what happens without me." Like, same shit happened. Same exact thing happened. Nothing changed.
I mean, he was talking his shit, but the number one team in reality, and if you really want to push this team to have one more chance at winning a championship, you send them to Golden State.
Yeah.
And I would just love to see a world where Draymond Green doesn't get to ride Steph Curry's coattails and has to just, survive on his own. So throw him in that trade deal some way, somehow, send his ass to Milwaukee, and then bring in a guy who could actually play some defense against, like centers in the NBA. Because when Draymond's out there, he looks like I don't know. He looks like a little like a little mover trying to like pick up a vending machine or something. Like it's just like he's just a little guy out there now, a little old slow guy. Like it's not happening anymore. Like a I don't know. He's struggling out there.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is struggling. So bring in Giannis, and then it's Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Giannis.
That's a cool team.
Like,
and that's a team
about
where
the difference between
the guys are all kind of in the same spot where Steph Curry's dynasty's over, Jimmy's thing with Miami's over, Giannis's thing with the Bucks is pretty much over. Like, these are three guys who are on the tail end of their careers essentially, and all need each other. I mean, Giannis maybe not, and Jimmy's
Giannis still got plenty of time
and they
left,
all still have plenty of time,
could,
but in terms of being the dominant figures that they once were, that's over.
But as of right now, they could all come together and do something.
Something pretty cool.
But like besides that, I mean, the problem is there's a huge difference between talking landing spots and trade deals than free agent deals. Because it's all about, who the fuck they're going to trade for. Because, all right, say Orlando sends a bunch of shit their way, and then it's just Giannis and Paolo.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's like, that's cool. You might have some entertaining moments, but it ain't that interesting.
And Orlando,
all right, say Cleveland packs up
regardless of how big or how good Orlando is, they're such a small fucking market, dude. It's so bad. Like, they're good. Like, Wagner and Banchero, they're good. But, like, it's just like they don't get talked about, and they're so small and weird, but I don't know.
I mean, Cleveland, they could send shit their way, and it could be Giannis and Donovan Mitchell, but it's still Cleveland. They're still Cleveland. They're still not gonna do shit in the playoffs. I mean, come on, it's still Cleveland. Like I said, the Knicks. I mean, he could go to Minnesota. I mean, obviously, we just talked about Cat not being there and shit, but that's when it turns into, that's a cool landing spot, but what the fuck is going to be in the trade deal? How many teams are going to get involved with this? It's going to be a 17 deal.
Jaden McDaniels
Giannis
for
over there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo straight up.
Which is the hardest thing to predict now, is especially in the NFL or in the NBA. It's
how many teams, what's going on,
Yeah, it's like, no, Giannis could go to any team in the NBA because it could be a 4-team trade. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like, like there's literally it's endless. It's infinite amount of ways it could go in terms of how to get Giannis on another team.
Now that you've said it, I would be very excited if he went to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, we've been saying it for 3 years.
I know, but like even at this stage, like this at this stage, it doesn't feel too late. Still, it feels late, but it doesn't feel too late.
Correct. It's not too late, but it's this is like it. This They could come together this year and they could make something happen, but I don't know. I don't know how much they could really.
I'm gonna call it now
this
though.
Season.
We can make a prediction now. Giannis will remain Milwaukee Buck. It's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And like he's like, I'm a career guy. He's like, I want to play on one team my whole career, but each year I'm gonna keep saying, fingers crossed they fucking tell me to get traded. Tell me I'm traded.
He's definitely still gonna be a Buck, but like at the same time, like fuck Joel Embiid.
I know.
What if he could just go to Philly and play with that fucking backcourt? I mean, it's like there's just
Edgecombe and
there's
Maxey.
Just so many moves that could be made. Yeah. And you got Giannis over there. Like, come on. And then obviously the other team that's always in conversations. They always got a jersey photoshopped on them. It's the Los Angeles Lakers.
I didn't want to say that, but possible, but kind of silly. They do have guys that they can get rid of. You can lose a Reeves or a Connect or a
LeBron.
Jackson Hayes. LeBron's not going to be a Milwaukee Buck, the psychopath. LeBron ain't going fucking nowhere, dude.
The way that man's been playing, good God, you can send him to.
LeBron convinced Jeannie Buss to fire both of her brothers. There's no way.
You can send LeBron. Hold on. Where you can send LeBron to commitment. What is it? Where is it?
He said. Where did you play? Lebanon. What was your team called? Commitment. He's like, we still got a chance against the Denver Nuggets. Y'all lose by 400.
That he has fully turned into Lebanon James this season. I'll tell you what, he has played like straight shit. You can send him
his
straight to Lebanon.
His record's over. It's 8 points.
Yeah, oh man.
I know it's the dumbest record in all of sports, but it's a record.
Oh, is it? No, it's a very stupid fucking record.
It's mind-boggling how dumb it is.
Scored at least 10 points.
Like that's the least impressive thing about LeBron James. He's one of the most impressive athletes of all time. That is not that impressive. It's cool, but when we look back at his career, we're gonna see most fucking points scored ever, most games played ever, most straight finals appearances in the modern era, like real stats. How many times has
LeBron's Hall of Fame speech is not LeBron's Hall of Fame induction is not going to include in the most consecutive games with 10 or more points scored.
No one cares.
It's just
nobody cares.
It's not happening. But I will agree. I'll say, Lakers is cool. Golden State is cool. The Knicks, Fantasyland. Welcome to New York. Giannis is staying in Milwaukee. He's not going anywhere until it's too late. Until he's old and just decides to just pick up and.
Well, no. He's gonna leave, bounce around, go back to the Bucks, then get cut by the Bucks when he tries to reclaim his former position.
Exactly. And the biggest problem here? You know what the biggest problem here is? And let's be real, it's so fucking stupid. None of these teams want to trade for his brother.
That better not be a factor, dude. They brought in his other brother. There's two of them.
That's 1,000% why that's the only way to get him on another team is if they trade for all three of them. And it's not happening.
It's like
the only team that's going to do that for him is a team that he won a championship for. He's won MVP, DPOYs
a team that he has given everything to that doesn't deserve 1 ounce of Giannis. There's
no other team that's like, we'll trade for you and your fucking brothers.
Thanasis can be like one of those team managers, and the other brother can be a water boy, and ship him over there, and ship him to Golden State, call it a day.
Or you just go buy a fucking house in San Francisco with an apartment on top and tell them to go fucking play video games. What the fuck do you need them on your team
don't.
for? You just want to feel like you're at home, like whatever. You need your family,
And so you can
sure,
giggle
have
at
him
your
stay
brother
there with you.
when he throws the ball under the basketball hoop. Like, who gives a fuck? Oh, funny joke, funny Greek. Oh, that's how the Greeks play basketball. Funny joke. We throw it under the fucking hoop. Yeah, fun. Get out of here.
All right. But Giannis, he ain't going nowhere. He's staying, and Chris Paul is a free agent.
Retired free agent.
I guess with all that being said, Devin, we talked week 14. We talked the Mark Andrews extension. We talked Mike Tomlin on the hot seat. We talked Chris Paul. We talked Giannis. Is there anything that you need or want to say before we get out of here?
No. I mean, we didn't talk about the Thursday night game, but who cares?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, Detroit won.
That's
what they were supposed to
Detroit
do,
looks
but I
good.
didn't really.
They look better.
I mean, like I said, I said Dallas. I said Detroit is a team that could be caught slipping, and late in that game, Dallas they had a chance. I said Dallas is a little too stupid to catch them slipping, and they were.
They were. And Dallas has a 8% chance of making the playoffs now.
Oh, already. I mean, we can go back and say when we called it.
That was you. You
maybe
said
a month ago and said
you said right now they have a 0% chance of making the playoffs. That was 2 weeks ago.
A 0. Also, and I hate to keep gassing myself up because I guess I wasn't 100% right, but when we had the conversation about Joe Burrow going down, I said the Bengals will not win another game.
Yeah.
And you were like, "That's so fucking stupid." And they won one game with Joe Flacco. But during that rant, I said, I read their schedule out. I said, they're not winning. They're not beating, out. And then I went, Baltimore, I mean, fucking maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. But, I mean, they'll probably beat Baltimore. And you roll your eyes at that. You're like, oh, Baltimore. They basically almost didn't win a fucking game. And then they beat Baltimore.
Yep.
But that's enough credit for me because 98% of the time, I'm wrong and I'm a fucking idiot.
That's fine.
But I will appreciate the 2%. Wrong. But yeah, I guess with all that being said, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Tuesday to review all these games, predict Thursday night football. I guess probably discuss how Giannis is still a buck, or not because he'll still be a buck, and that'll be that. Yep. So hopefully you all enjoy it. And yeah, like I said, we will see you all on Tuesday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Bye.